There was drama in Embu County yesterday. The allies of the deputy president William Samoei Ruto were shocked to learn that Governor Wambora had locked or closed down all the venues in Embu County for renovations. The idea for closing all those venues was basically to stop the deputy president, William Samoei Ruto, from using those venues because it's expected in Embu County over the weekend. And Kenyans are asking so many questions. Why would Governor Wambora lock out the deputy president from using the venues? Why would he do that? Is it possible that the system is now planning to start using the county government to frustrate the deputy president William Samoei Ruto? So today I want us to look at that. But before we go into the details, if you are bumping onto this video for the first time, I want you to just take a second or two and hit the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this one, you get notified. Now back to the main issue, and I want us to go back a bit. In November last year, President Uhuru Kenyatta convened a meeting with all elected leaders from the larger Mount Kenya region at the Sagana State Lodge. And that meeting was supposed to address the concerns of those leaders and the issues affecting the region. And politically, President Uhuru Kenyatta wanted to use that meeting to stamp his authority as far as Mount Kenya politics is concerned. Because at that time, the deputy president was the one who was controlling the politics in that region. And President Uhuru Kenyatta had become so unpopular to an extent that any other individual would gather the courage, including MCS, to challenge him in central Kenya. So he convened that meeting. But after convening that meeting, the allies of the deputy president William Samoei Ruto organized a counter meeting after that meeting a week later, and that meeting was held in Embu County. And that's why this particular matter of Wambora is of interest to me. So the allies of the deputy president convened that meeting in Embu County. And during that time, over 57 elected leaders from the Mount Kenya region attended that Tanga Tanga meeting. Basically, what they wanted to portray was that the deputy president, William Samoei Ruto, was still the king in central Kenya politics. I don't know whether that still stands, because I've observed the politics of central Kenya of late, and I've concluded that the politics has really changed from the way it was last year and the way it is today. Because early this year, President Uhuru Kenyatta finally decided to take on the deputy president and his allies in central Kenya. And this could actually be the motive why Wambora decided to close down all those venues. For example, today I just realized that one of the vocal allies of the deputy president from Madeira, the Madeira member of parliament, Girithi Gachagua, was heckled and chased like a borokenge because the people were feeling that he's spending too much time disrespecting President Uhuru Kenyatta instead of working for them. Now, from the time Uhuru Kenyatta stepped in central Kenya, a lot of things have changed. And I want to relate something for those who are keen. In January, after Uhuru started his charm offensive in central Kenya, there's a governor from Murang'a, Mwangi wa Iria. He addressed the media and he issued a warning. And I'm thinking probably this is going to be the trend and why Wambora closed down those venues. I want you to listen to Governor Mwangi wa Iria very briefly. Then we go straight into why I think the state was behind the idea of locking all those venues for the deputy president. Listen in.
But if they are men enough, let them do it now. Because if it starts now, how is it going to be 2-3 years down the road? And there's a governor who is sitting here. I mean, the president might can even think I'm the most useless governor in this country. So I have said, I'm raising a caution. I'm raising a warning. Ukimtukana na mimi na watu wangu, tutakutukana kisiasa na tutadili na wewe. We shall know how to deal with you. Kwa hivyo, people now must watch their mouths. Me, I'm not stopping anybody from doing anything, but I've given a caveat. Do it, but leave the president out. And if you try it, if you want to try it tomorrow. Because there are people who think that they're everything here. And I'm not looking at friendship here now. I'm looking at the institution of the president. If I don't allow myself to be abused, how on earth can I allow the head of state to be treated that way? Unless I cease being the governor of Murang'a, I've said I've taken charge. If you deal with the president, I will deal with you head on, and I will lead that plateau. So, and I want that message. And I'm not intimidating anybody. I'm only trying to say there must be political hygiene here. I'm not intimidating anybody. But you come with your style, and you meet me. I'm not short of doing that, and people know that. And if you want to say that at Siju you have been done what, if I count what I have gone through myself, during my first term especially, I mean I was arrested Siju how many times, but that didn't give me a license to abuse the head of state. No.
No, that's Mwangi Wairia. And just like I keep on saying on this platform, in politics, everything is normally planned and well executed. There is no way the governor for Murang'a could issue such kind of threats to the allies of the deputy president. And then Governor Wambora, almost in less than a month again, is locking all the venues for the deputy president. It can't happen like that. There must be a reason. And we want to look at those reasons. Because William Samoei Ruto is not an ordinary member, is not an ordinary Kenyan. This man is the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya, the second in command. And apart from that, in Jubilee Party, because Wambora is a member of, is a governor, is a Jubilee governor, in Jubilee Party, William Ruto is the deputy party leader of Jubilee Party, which means even if the DP was not the deputy president, the mere fact that he's the deputy party leader of Jubilee Party is enough for Wambora to facilitate any of his meetings. But I've read the arguments that that event was supposed to be a church event. And Wambora and his team are arguing if it's a church event, it can be held within the church. Why must they look for a bigger place? Those are some of the questions which are being asked. But from where I am, there must be a motive. And in my view, these are the following motives. Number one, I think the system is not strategically planning to start using the county governments to frustrate or to sabotage the deputy president, William Samoei Ruto. For those who are keen in politics in this country, you should have realized that NASA faced such kind of challenge in the last 5 years. Anytime they would want to hold some meetings, they would always be told the venue is booked. As a matter of fact, the reason why Jubilee Party had to rig in Mike Sonko in Nairobi was because they feared that a friendly governor, like the way Kidera was the main reason NASA was able to hold any meeting anywhere in Nairobi anytime they wanted. So to stop such kind of things, they had to ensure that Kidera was defeated, Sonko was put in, and that's why immediately Sonko was sworn in, it became very difficult for NASA before the handshake to hold meetings in Nairobi. And in most cases, they would only go there and hold those meetings either in defiance or after obtaining court orders. And I think this is the strategy which these guys are going to apply on the deputy president. Because the mere fact that Wambora and his team announced that these venues were closed, the allies of the DP went on record that That was a strategy of locking out the deputy president. And the mere fact that people are talking of locking out the deputy president, it means even the attendants, people who will attend this meeting, will either go there because now they want to prove a point, or those who wanted to go because it was a church service will now start thinking, okay, this might not be a church service, so I'm not going. So I think the whole strategy here is to start frustrating the deputy president. And because the system, I want to believe the system probably made a call to Wambora and ask Wambora, why are you allowing this man? Because if you look at the people who attended that Embu event in the last time, the 57 elected leaders, Wambora was not there. So I'm reading the hands of the state in this matter. Number two, probably Governor Wambora has realized that in this country, for you to survive, you must be seen to be fighting the deputy president. So he wants to please the system by locking out the deputy president from the venue. And the benefits, according to sources, the benefits are so many. If you're opposed to the deputy president and you're facing corruption charges, probably you are a free man. The system will say, okay, for now, because you are enemy of our enemy, for now, you can help us fight this guy. So I think either he's just trying to please the system so that the system can say, okay, this guy, we can now trust him. He can pull certain things that we have. So that's probably is another reason that he just wanted to please the system by locking out those venues from the deputy president. Number three, I think it also could be a strategy to expose the DP as someone who is using the church to advance his politics. And that's why they locked the venues. Then these guys made noise. And then they said, okay, the renovations will now not happen. We will wait. But Kenyans had asked questions. If this was a church function, why are the organizers allies of the deputy president? They're not church ministers. If anything, the venues should have been secured by church members or church officials, not the allies of the DP. What are allies of the DP doing in Embu in a church function? So I think by just that act alone, they've now exposed the hypocrisy, because the allies of the DP are always claiming that the DP is always invited to those events. But now this one has now exposed something here that is indeed it's him and his handlers who normally organize these events and probably invite the church, or they organize the event, then they drag in a church in the name of a church, then he comes to grace it. So basically, it's a platform. He's using church platform to campaign. So that's something which is now coming out very clearly from this. And lastly, I think it also could be just about the local politics in the area. We know the senator for Embu, Njeru Ndwiga, was the one who convened that Tanga Tanga meeting last time. And we also know that Cecil Mbarire is a key player in William Samoei Ruto's team. And we also know that in Jubilee politics, in the last election, Cecil Mbarire was the person who was sponsored by the system or by the deputy president to face Wambora. But you know, Wambora is someone with the 9 lives. So Wambora defeated Cecil Mbarire. And because Cecil Mbarire is the face of William Ruto's in Embu County, when Wambora realized that these guys were planning event, probably because of that local politics, he said, okay, there's no venue. And of course, for you to secure a venue, the county government must agree. You must pay some fee, and then they agree. Then you go with that approval, then you go and notify the police. So I think it could even be to do with the with the local politics. But again, why local politics? Because Wambora is serving his second term. He's not going to go for a third term. That's why I'm insisting that probably the system has a hand in this. Just they wanted to humiliate the Deputy President, William Samoei Ruto. I don't know what you think, but from where I am, I strongly believe that the move to close all those venues, in my view, were a coded message from the system to the Deputy President, William Samoei Ruto. I don't know what you think. If you have a different idea, I want you to drop your comment below. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Without that support, this channel will not be where it is today. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day. Bye-bye.